welcome you all to my channel. So today we will study about VBT, that is valence bond theory. In valence bond theory, we will learn about sigma and pi bond, hybridization and bond enthalpy, bond length and bond strength. So if you are in 11th, 12th, you are preparing for NEET, GMAINS, or you are in graduation or master degree, it will be helpful you all. So again, welcome you all. I am Diksha Bhargav. So let's start the class. So we will start with some basic facts about valence bond theory. So what is valence bond theory? Mainly valence bond theory or VBT talks about how the overlapping or how the chemical bonding happens in an atom. Right? How the overlapping happen, how the sharing of electron happen in an in an atom. So it is proposed by two scientists, that is Pauling and Slater. So we all have the theory in our mind that there are several theories before that, such as Lewis theory, Whisper, VSEPR theory. Then what is the need of this theory to come? So my dear friend, the Lewis theory failed to explain the formation of chemical bond, as well as the Lewis theory helps in writing the structure of molecule, but it fails to explain the formation of chemical bond and bond dissociation enthalpy, bond length, especially in the molecule such as H2. So if we talk about whisper theory, why not whisper theory in place of valence bond theory? Because whisper theory gives the geometry of simple molecule, but theoretically it does not explain them. So, and also it has limited application. That's why there is a new theory. There is a need of new theory that will explain how the chemical bonding is happening, that will explain the electronic configuration of an electron, as well as it helps in understanding the structures too. So let's start the theory with the points. So first point is the covalent bond formation. How the covalent bond formation takes place. So the condition for that formation is that atom should be very close so that the electron sharing can take place. Right. If our atom is very close, definitely then only the electron sharing will take place. For example, if your atom is here and if your another atom is there, then the sharing will not take place. But if your atom is very near to the two atoms is very near to each other, then definitely the electron sharing will take place and the bond formation will happen. So this is the important condition in what? In the bond formation, in covalent bond formation. So we all talking about what? We all talking about covalent bond. So I hope everyone knows about it. So if anyone don't know, then also we will recall what is the covalent bond. Covalent bond is a bond that is formed by the sharing of electron. Right? When the sharing of electron takes place, then the bond that is formed is known as covalent bond, and the bonding is known as covalent bond. So next we will talk about what is the condition. What is the condition for filling the orbital, right? So yeah, definitely if you have to do sharing, if the sharing is taking place, so we should know now how the sharing will take place. What all conditions should be there. So the first condition is that our orbital should be half filled. Our orbital should be half filled, right? It should not be filled. Next, opposite spin. Opposite spin means you can see whenever you fill the shell, you always see that one arrow is up and one arrow is down. That is opposite spin. Or one could say that positive or negative in the sense of understanding you can take it. Right? Talk about the overlapping. How much overlapping should be there? Overlapping must be less than 50%. If they come more close, then repulsion will happen. Suppose if two atom, don't go with my drawing, it is very bad, I know. If two atom overlap a lot, so what happen? Their nucleus will come closer to each other, right? Like that way. And then what happened next? Due to this, the nucleus, due to the closure of the nucleus, the two nuclei come very close to each other. So by that, the repulsion happened. By that, the repulsion happened, and due to repulsion, the bond that is formed between these two atoms will become unstable. The bond that is formed by these two atoms will become what? Will become unstable. That's why the overlapping should not be more than 50%. So next we will talk about what is the extent of overlapping. How much overlapping should be done, right? We should know now how much overlapping has to be done. Extent of overlapping decide the strength of bond. So, strength of bond is directly depend on bond. One could say that overlapping depends on bond strength, bond in energy, bond length. And now, how they all are interconnected, let's see. Extent of overlapping, how much overlapping is done, is directly proportional to bond strength. Bond strength is directly proportional to bond energy. Bond energy is directly proportional to, inversely proportional to the bond length. So one could say that overlapping increases, bond length also increases, bond energy also increases, but bond length decreases because it is inversely proportional, and we all know that something is inversely proportional means if the opposite thing is increasing, then it is decreasing. Okay, I hope it is clear. And what is the sense to study these things? In the reaction, we usually used to see the bond energy is increasing and or bond strength is increasing. So we directly say that the overlapping is sufficient or is more, but bond length is less. So there we didn't get by the bond length is less and the overlapping is more. So the reason is that they are interlinked with each other. Okay. Next we will talk about there are two types of overlapping possible. So first overlapping is axial overlapping. Okay. So what is axial overlapping or head-on overlapping? When the bond formed by the end-to-end overlap of orbiting, of bonding orbital. If two orbitals are there, the bond that is formed between the 2 points, the two end, if the bond formed between the two end of the orbital, it is known as sigma bond. The bond is known as sigma bond, and the overlapping is axial overlapping. You can see in the diagram that is mentioned here that 1s orbital, here it is 1s orbital and the another 1s orbital combine together to form a sigma bond. To form a what? To form a sigma bond, right? So the bond is formed here. So how the overlapping takes place? See here, head on head. right? It is not parallel, it is not lateral, it is not sidewise, it is head-on or axial one. Overlap each other. You can see clearly these two axes overlap each other to form what? Sigma bond. Next we will talk about pi bond or parallel overlapping. So what is parallel overlapping? Parallel overlapping or sidewise overlapping. You can see that in px orbital, this orbital is px orbital. This px orbital make a bond with this px orbital parallel, right? The overlapping makes a bond, or one could say that overlap with each other parallelly or sidewise, right? Parallel overlapping takes place here. Sidewise overlapping, we can say sidewise also, because the sides are involved in the overlapping rather than the head or the axis, right? This is the axis. Clear? So if the bond is formed from here, right? This bond is formed, then it is axial overlapping, and we want to say this bond is what? Sigma bond, right? It is sigma bond if the bond is formed between the two ends of these p axis, but the bond is formed sidewise, right? The sides, the overlapping takes place sidewise. That's why we are calling this overlapping as sidewise overlapping, and the bond that is formed is known as what? Pi bond. The bond formed between the sides of the px orbital is known as what? Pi bond. That's what it is. The bond formed by overlapping of atomic orbital in such a way that axes remain parallel to each other. That's what is happening in the pi bond, right? See, it is clearly mentioned here. You can see that carbon atom px orbital is there. If if the two ends, one could say that the two ends make the bond with each other, it is known as sigma bond. But if the side make the bond with each other, it is known as what? It is known as pi bond. What it is known as? It is known as pi bond. See, clearly it is mentioned, and it is understand means through this diagram we can understand easily what is sigma bond and what is pi bond. If someone says the bond is formed between between the sides of the pi, yeah, sidewise overlapping takes place, so we would say that this bond is definitely pi, and the sigma bond formed between the two ends, right, or between the two axes. So it is the axis of this carbon atom px orbital. So the bond that is formed between the axis or between the two ends, it is known as sigma bond. Okay. Next, we will talk about how for overlapping orbital should have the same sign and orientation too. If the orientation is different, then the bond formation will not take place. For example, see, one s orbital that is positive in sign combined with another s orbital that is also positive in sign, combine together to form a bonding orbital, right? That form the bond. Which type of bond it is? It is sigma bond. Why it is sigma bond? Because sidewise overlapping is taking place, right? So the bond is what? Sigma. And the bonding takes place. But if I say that one s orbital is positive and another s orbital is negative, then the bond formation will take place? Definitely my answer is no. Okay, so make sure that the sign of the orbital should be same. Okay, so we already seen that the orientation is different here, so the bond formation will not take place. So we have completed our introduction part. Now next we will continue with the detailed study of the overlapping, that is axial overlapping and the parallel overlapping, and next we will continue with the hybridization, and of course I forget about the d pi py bond, that also we have to study in detail. So you will get this all thing in the next part of my video. So please like my video, subscribe my video and share my video. It will definitely help you in your studies. And if you have any queries or any doubt, please write it in the comments box. Okay, and please subscribe my video if you like it. So please like it, and that's it. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, and we will meet in the next video soon. Thank you.